Hello, everyone. This is Kevin Mange, and this is Kev's TV series. And in today's topic, well, I know I'm still in Pokemon, but earlier from before, from a long time from before, I followed the anime and the game's perspective, but in the anime order and Ash Ketchum's order when he had a journey. But I think I might be discrediting him. And I would hate to do the other people's injustice if they weren't other people in the anime as well. So that means there are going to be other people's journeys that I'm going to be talking about this time of today's topic. So that's what today's topic is about. Other people from the Pokemon anime besides Ash Ketchum and of those he traveled with. That would be like May from Hoenn, Dawn from Sinnoh, and Serena from Kalos. But there might be some surprises along the way. But for right now, I'm going to pay attention to the next person in this person's start of this person's journey of where she hailed from. So we understand that Ash Ketchum hailed from Palatown in the Kanto region. But this time it's May from Petalburg City in the Hoenn region. But am I going to do some ranking here? Well, let's find out. So, this time, it's no longer going to be following Ash's journey and what he does when he began his journey. Now, it's what May does at the start of May's journey. So when we understand May, she's actually afraid of Pokemon. And I would say she's sort of like Ash a little bit, but she's actually afraid of Pokemon, let alone Ash not being afraid of Pokemon. He likes Pokemon, but to May, she's afraid of Pokemon. So in truth, May also has come a long way from being afraid of Pokemon to liking Pokemon. And in that perspective, when we get to see May a little more, we kind of understand more about her when we understand Hoenn a little more. When we understand Hoenn and May in the anime, when she went to Rustboro City, May didn't know if she would want to take on gyms or contests, and she had no idea what contests are. So the Rustboro gym leader, Roxanne, told her about contests. and she has participated in contests. And since then, May has participated in contests and witnessing it firsthand from someone she just met. And after doing that with her little brother, she's now getting into contests a little bit. So now we understand how May began before she understands contests and how they work. After since that, now she has become a Pokemon coordinator. And ever since she became a coordinator, there are other places for other coordinators to go to and participate in contests. And I believe some of you may not know or do know what contests are if you're a Pokemon fan. But what you don't know, there are like two stages. One is the appeals round to show off the Pokemon on how they appeal well in the Pokemon type moves and how you can bring out the best in the Pokemon types of their moves and makes them more appealing. After that, of what you scored high of how well you appealed your Pokemon, then you can move on to the battle stage, and after the battle stage, you earn a ribbon. So that's how contests work. But I believe you want to know why I'm bringing this up. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, well, if I were in the Pokemon world, would I be interested in doing the Pokemon contests? Men and women definitely are qualified for Pokemon contests. So that means I can participate. It is legal for me to do it. So, am I interested? Well, yes. Yes, I am interested. So, deep down in the deep dive of this, you're going to be wondering, how am I going to be a Pokemon master when there is contests and gyms? But there might be another something that you might don't know. About me, about something later on when I'm talking about this going further. But when I do, it's something to do with what I think might shiver me to my bones. You may think I'm nervous, but is it because I'm nervous? We'll wait and find out when I get there. That would be Kalos. But for right now, it's Hoenn. So, now we understand that and the consistency of what I'm saying. So it's Hoenn, Sinnoh, and Kalos I'm going to bring up. And right now, It's Hoenn. So, without further ado, it's time for you to understand the contests in the Hoenn region. Of those that would know what contests there are in the Hoenn region. We have Rustboro City, Slateport City, Fall Arbor Town, Verdanturf Town, Rubello Town, Lily Cove City, Eureka City, and Pacific Lock Town. So I believe that you don't understand Rubello, Eureka, and I think you might be questioning why Westboro City. Isn't that a place where there's a gym is? Yes, but also a place where a contest is. But I believe none of you would have expected that there is a contest hall in Rustboro City. Well, there is. I guess Game Freak and the Pokemon company never thought that Rustboro City didn't have a contest hall to begin with. With that said, I'm gonna take care of the places that are accustomed to me, and to the games, to the anime that makes sense to me. So I'm discrediting Eureka City and Rubello Town out, only because of the game's perspective and to the anime perspective. So that means these are the only ones that I'm going to be talking about. Rustboro City, Slateport City, Fall Arbor Town, Verdanturf Town, Lily Cove City, and Pacific Lock Town, and the perspective by the anime. So that means I just have 6 to rank for right now, since I understand about what these contests are. But I'm afraid these rankings aren't going to last long, or I'm going to bring back up again. So, it's time to rank these 6 cities and towns of the Hoenn region of the contests perspective. So that means Rustboro is back in the running. Since last time, I took it out many times for how long it lasts. But let's see how Rustboro lasts this time. So, Rustboro City. Well, what do you know? It's first out. Slateport City. Sorry, I think I heard something. Okay, Slateport City. Yeah, it's out. It's out. Fall Arbor Town. Do we really have to think about it? Is it out or not? I'll give it the credit for the name. It's still in. Verdanturf Town. Out. Lily Cove City. In. And Pacific Log Town. That's in. So that means I'm down to Fall Harbor, Lily Cove, and Pacific Log. 3 to go. I would say right around here, Fall Harbor Town in 3rd place. Now it's Lily Cove and Pacific Log. Which one wins it all? I would say Pacific Log. Pacific Log Town wins it all. Only because of what I like about it in the game's perspective. But in the anime perspective, it's kind of different, but if I'm to weigh Lily Cove City over Pacific Log Town, Lily Cove wins by the anime, but in the game's perspective, it's Pacific Log. But which one is more livelier than the other? Should it go by anime or by the game? I'm going by the game. It's Pacific Log Town. So Pacific Log Town wins by default because of the game's perspective. And thank you, May, for starting off in the Hoenn region. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about this. And since you just found out that I would be interested in doing the contests, it's time to discover about this when this video is done, and it is done. I'll see you in the next video and what I worked hard on. Later. Hello everyone, this is Kevin Mange, and this is Kev's TV series. So, like from the other video, there might be a little something a little different here. Maybe it's another ranking, or maybe it's something else. Or maybe it's both. So let's get this ranking out of the way first. So first, now since we understand the Hoenn region, and that they have contest halls, so this is how May took her journey. So when she started off in Hoenn, we have this other season called the Battle Frontier. Pokemon Battle Frontier, Season 9. And it turns out, not only it has a Battle Frontier in the Kanto region, but also contests that well hidden in the Kanto region as well. So if you're wondering, what these other contests are in the Kanto region, these are the places that you would find in the Kanto region for contests. That would be Saffron City, Silver Town, Wisteria Town, Chrysanthemum Island, Gardenia Town, Mulberry Town, and Terracotta Town. Now, if I do Kanto injustice and say all of these other places are out just because they were out because you never knew these places were in Kanto to begin with, like, where are these places? Where is Silver Town, Wisteria Town, Chrysanthemum Island, Gardenia Town, Mulberry Town, and Terracotta Town? Well, I'm going to break you the mold today in part 2 of this. Right now, it's the ranking of the Kanto contests. And since I already did Eureka and Rubello and Injustice already, but I was just trying to go by anime and game perspective of the places that we understand from the game, because Eureka City and Rubello Town didn't make it into the game. And with that said, that's why those two were out to begin with. But am I going to break these two out and say it's Saffron City that wins it all? No. So that means Saffron City has another shot, just like Rustboro did. So Saffron City in. Yes. Is Silvertown in? Yes. Is Wisteria Town in? Nope. Is Chrysanthemum Island in? Yes. Is Gardenia Town in? Nope. Is Mulberry Town in? Nope. Terracotta? I'm afraid not. So, now to move along, we just have these three to let you know is Saffron City, Silvertown, and Chrysanthemum Island from Kanto. So, time to rank these three. I would say Saffron Town is Saffron Town. No, Saffron City. Is Saffron City in? Yes. Is Silvertown in, or is Chrysanthemum Island in? I would say Chrysanthemum Island is in, only because of the name perspective. Chrysanthemum is a very long name, but that means Silvertown is out. Even though I like the name, it's out because by the name of what is cool about the name. Chrysanthemum. Like, what name is that? Nice. Okay. So now since we understand that Chrysanthemum Island made it to the top two with Saffron City, which one of those two wins? Chrysanthemum or Saffron City? I'm afraid Saffron City has to go, but it did make it to second place this time. But not bad. I do like Saffron City. But it looks like Chrysanthemum Island wins. So that takes care of part 1 now. Hello everyone, this is Kevin Mange, and this is Kev's TV series. Alright, so I wrapped up Hoenn, and now it's Sinnoh. That means that it would be the same thing again and again for how I'm doing this. It would be first ranking the contests of the region, and then I'll tell you about my journey to still tell you about my journey of how I would take it. So that means when I'm done with Sinnoh for ranking the contests and then telling you about my journey in the Sinnoh region, then I'll tell you what my journey will be throughout Unova. And then after my journey will be in Unova, that is when I'll be in Kalos. And then there's something you need to know in Kalos, but not yet then. But for now, it's time to rank the contests in Sinnoh. And that's what I'm doing now. So, I'm going to go by the contests that we all know and love in the Sinnoh region from the anime perspective, through Dawn and her journey. The contests are Jubilife City, Floroma City, Hearthome City, Salacion Town, Celestic Town, and apparently that would be it. Only these 5. Because the other contests you would find is, well, continuing on Dawn's journey, of where Dawn would go for her contest and how she could get all her 5 ribbons. And I know I would do the same, of how I could get my 5 ribbons and what city or town I would get it. But apparently these are just the 5 ones that Dawn followed in her journey. And there are things that I want to mention for you to know, that I'm not counting these contests because of how Dawn was there for a contest, partly and sort of, in 2 places. Partly because of Alamos Town. But I didn't pay attention to Alamos Town because, well, that's in a movie. Movies aside, that does not count because it was in the movie, in an anime perspective of a movie that Dawn was there with Ash and Brock, but I'm taking it out because it does not count because of why I'm paying attention to the anime. And same thing, like it doesn't count with Arrowroot Town. Because, well, did Dawn really participate in the contest? Not really. But she did have a look-alike. In the Sinnoh region, known as Princess Salvia, and Dawn was, in disguise, Princess Salvia. But I guess the people never knew that in Arrowroot Town. But what Princess Salvia really wanted was to participate in her very own contest. And it was impossible because she's a princess. And she had princess duties. So she decided to disguise herself as Dawn, since she had a look-alike in the region. And that was Dawn. So they decided to switch identities so that Princess Salvia can participate in the Arrowroot contest. So that means Princess Salvia did participate in a contest under her father's nose, in which her father, I believe, wouldn't want her to, but she had princess duties to attend to, but couldn't because of, well, there's a contest going on and wanted to participate, so there we have it. But I'm excluding this out because of this is actually Princess Salvia's contest and not Dawn's actual contest. She already has her 5 ribbons. So Princess Salvia gave it to the one that she beat and earned it because of, right, it would have been Jessie's time to earn her 5th ribbon. And because of that 5th ribbon, she was able to get to the Grand Festival in Lake Valor. But I'll touch on that in my journey. So Jessie was able to finally get to the Grand Festival finally. And she did better than from in Hoenn, where she couldn't get a single ribbon. At least she was in a better disguise that finally earn herself her 5 ribbons. And how she deserved those 5 ribbons. So that means, in the Sinnoh region, Jessie finally upped her game in contests. So with that aside, it's time to rank only these 5 places for the 16 contests in the Sinnoh region. And if you want to know those other ones that I took 5 out, so minus 5 out, that would be 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. 11 contests left. And those other contests is what Dawn also participated in. But I'm not counting them just because of the game perspective of where you can find other contests. But if you're wondering what those are, it is Deadly Alamos Town, Sage Town, Gerbera Town, or Gerbera Town, whatever you want to call it, Beach Rose Town, Chocovine Town, Sandalstraw Town, Lily Pad Town, Brussels Town, Daybreak Town, Neighborly Town, and Arrowroot Town. Those 11 will not count. Because they're just anime exclusives and we're only down to 5. That is Jubilife City, Floroma Town, Hardhome City, Salacion Town, and Celestic Town. So now you'll understand that and what I took out. So I say perfect. So which city and town will top it all here, according to contests? Jubilife. Not in. Hardhome City. I'm kidding. Floroma Town. Not in. Hardhome City. I'd say that'd be in for now. Salacion Town. Not in. Wow. Now down to only 2 left. Celestic Town and Hardhome City. But which one wins? I would say it's Celestic Town, and Hardhome City is in second place. But not bad, Hardhome. You did better from the last go-rounds after how far I lasted you until you were out. But this time you made it into second place to Celestic Town being in first place because of how Celestic Town has history to the Sinnoh region. Very historic, very runic. And I'll give it to that because of that. So, that's my Sinnoh ranking of the contests of the cities and towns for the Sinnoh region ranked. So I'll see you in my Sinnoh journey. Later. Hello everyone, this is Kevin Mansion, and this is Kev's TV series. Okay, so now it's time to mention what's deep. Last video was Unova, and now it's Kalos. Okay. So, it's time to be with everyone. I just have this kind of a fear. And this fear, well, I'm just afraid of turning myself into a girl. So, in Kalos, in these showcases, it's, well, girls only, no guys. But this leads to the topic of, would I want to be a part of the showcases? Yes, of course I do. So that means this is the region I have to cross-dress myself. And well, with this fear, it's time to tell you how I see what Pokemon Masters are. Pokemon Masters are those that have confidence in themselves, have the strength they need to get through a Pokemon battle. But in terms of this is my own battle I have to face. So in terms of Kalos, I'd have to face my fears. in order to be part of these showcases despite it's girls only. So I'm going to have to face my fear and be a girl. And on that note, I just have this scary nightmare should the dolls take over the world and they would turn every man into women. And I'll be the only survivor left of all the men left. So what am I going to do? Face them and beat them up? They're going to have to capture me and turn me into a them. The thought of it freaks me out, but the end of the races of the men is over. And that's why I have that fear. I'm like scared to turn plastic, to turn something that's girly. That's why I don't like the color pink. Pink is just too girly. It's not like it's an offense for anything. It's just for something I deeply fear. So, there. But if I'm to compete in these showcases, I'm gonna have to face my fear if I'm to be a Pokemon Master. And what Pokemon Masters do, well, they would have to take the initiative anyway. I mean, how many times has Ash Ketchum cross-dressed? He did. But in order to get himself into the Celadon Gem, he cross-dressed. That's what he did. The first time he ever cross-dressed, and then ever since then, he cross-dressed again and again and again and again. Ash Ketchum is like embarrassed to be a girl, but am I embarrassed to be a girl? No. It's more like this fear. But I'm going to have to conquer this fear if I'm to be a girl, so there. But in terms of these showcases and how I'll rank them, that's what I'm doing right now. So now I'm following Serena. Since last video, there's no other women whatsoever that I followed. Now it's Serena. And what Serena did, she competed in showcases. So that means I'm going to rank the showcases. So that means that's Lagoon Town, Coumarine City, Dendemil Town, Anastar City, Colorway Town, Fleur City, and then there's this ultimate showcase place that's called Glory City for the Masters. So it's another way of ending it right there. So in terms of my journey of Kalos, that'll be after this, but after this will wrap it up for right now, and then I'll talk about my journey after that, when I come back again. So, time to rank these showcases. Now since I told you what's deep, time to rank these showcases. Lagoon Town, in Coumarine City, Nope. Dindle Town. That's in Anastar City. That's in Caraway Town. Nope. Fleur City. Nope. And Glory City. Well, nope. Okay, so that was Lagoon Town. That was in. The only one that's left for, well, in terms of the anime. And the other ones in the process of the journey is Dindamil Town and Anastar City. So let's see how Anastar City does this time with Dindamil Town in terms of showcases rank. I would say Anastar City is still in. Yeah, Dindamil is out. Perfect. And now it's my top two. So it's just Anastar City and Lagoon Town in the top two. So, which one of these two showcases wins? I would say right here, it's Lagoon Town. So there you have it. That's the showcases ranked. That's what's deep in this video. And after what I said, what's deep? What will be next will be my journey in the Kalos region. But that will be for next time when I come back. Not enough time right now, so later.